Gefilte fish! We're going to sort of talk about a few spoilers and a few things that really rubbed us up.
Yeah, things that are going to give away like the crucial elements of the film.
Yeah.
So
if you haven't seen it, don't watch this.
But when you do see it, come back and watch this.
Yeah, exactly. Give us another view.
yeah.
So this movie is setting up how the Xenomorph came to be, essentially. And the explanation we get is a guy, an android, puts a bit of black shit in a guy's cup. The guy drinks it, he knocks up his girlfriend. The girlfriend gives birth to a squid. The squid lays some shit into a space jockey, and out pops a fucking Xenomorph. What the fuck?
Like a slightly
What
different
the
Xenomorph.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, is that really
How
what
it comes
happened?
about.
Why is that on the wall? Why is the Xenomorph there? Like, if
So many
it's
elements
been
of-
such a random path for this creature
How
to
do they
be
know it's
born,
going to be that?
how does it? It just
How are
these
they
little
aiming
things-
for? It doesn't
Yeah.
answer. It doesn't answer anything.
Yeah, that big squid thing really weirded me out. So I guess that was meant to be like the original facehugger. But why was it like we know what facehuggers look like.
Yeah.
I mean, why was it like
Yeah.
that?
Why is it so giant
Yeah,
as well?
like when it came from Numi.
Why was there this discontinuity in the
I
whole
don't get it.
the whole life cycle?
There is like a canon that's been put forward, but yeah.
It just seemed really messy because like you have these little vagina cobra things.
Yeah. I don't know
And
what that
what
was either.
was that?
That didn't answer anything.
What was that? I mean, I kind of got the idea that the black ooze was just like
Was that like was that the like
That was the
core,
weapon,
That was
right?
the core
Yeah,
form
that's-
DNA.
that's
That was to infect people.
What I've
Because it was in those little missile vessel things.
tube,
Yeah.
the jars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to like I've done a bit of reading on what people are theorizing, and I've come to settle on that. I guess that they created this ooze, and that was their major weapon because it just fucks up
People.
other species in just random ways. It seems almost like some people get turned into zombies, and somehow the Xenomorph just came to be from that. And practically could have cut Charlize Theron from that movie. I mean, not to mention her.
I liked her character.
Just a bit like the Darth Vader.
I am your father.
Oh,
Oh well,
yeah,
God,
okay,
didn't
let's
see
talk
one
about that
coming.
now. Is that, to me, you know, I'm thinking, the more I've thought about it, maybe that's going to come into Prometheus Part 2.
Yeah, but she died.
Oh yeah, she died.
She's dead.
So I can't say
Why?
Fuck.
they killed her as well. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
but this
she's
guy-
the
this
dead
guy-
end character that you
Yeah.
spent all this time setting up.
This guy, the guy Piers. Does he really die? I mean, you see his heart kind of beat up, but is he
He's dead.
really dead?
No, he's
Because
probably not.
If they bring him back,
Who knows?
That's another thing.
that.
Actually, I saw someone bring up on the internet. Why did Guy Pearce trick everyone? Why didn't he just go, okay, I'm going to come along for the ride. I'm going to die soon anyway. But no, it's like this big reveal. Oh, he's actually on the ship.
Space Jockey, we were talking about this. Such a beautiful design. And
There
then,
was this big, majestic.
yeah,
What is this thing?
And
That's
now-
one of the great-
you know, it's established that whole like trunk thing, the whole head, is a helmet.
a helmet.
It's just a very human-looking guy in a helmet.
Yeah.
Just
And-
some albino.
and I was
Another
like-
thing, the guys, they're not as big as they are in Alien. Like in Alien, this guy's
Don't
sitting
get
on this
started on
fucking massive
Yeah,
thing,
he's
and this,
huge.
and in this movie, they are like 8 foot tall.
Yeah, maybe
That's
8,
a spoiler.
9
That's
foot.
a spoiler. Oof. Man, are these like midget ones or what's going on?
That was
I don't
really
understand.
upsetting.
Do you understand? I don't-
Yeah, I didn't like that on that. Like as soon as I realized they're like, it's a helmet. I'm like, no.
And that fucking head. This movie ends on the point where the chestburster comes out, and it's not even a chestburster, it's a fucking massive alien.
Yeah, it's
It's huge! And
But
I'm
there's
like,
there's no glimpse of it even being in there. It's just like, blah, blah, and it's like,
Yeah,
what? You
and it just
fucking
goes-
That's it. If at the beginning they said this is LV
426.
from Alien, and then at the end, if they just moved where the space jockey was when it burst out
back
of
to
him,
the ship.
Back into the
it would have
turret.
tied in perfectly.
That would have been it. Done.
Because then
Prometheus is
you've
done.
got a queen on the planet. That's where all the eggs come from. you've got like just say it's a queen because no one really knows what it is at this point, and you've got the distress signal that they first hear when they're flying on it that Ellen Ripley deciphers.
Yeah,
she sends that out at the end.
And that's it. And then like this movie done. Okay, yeah. If you want to do a sequel, you can do a fucking sequel. Fine. But that's like
all the questions that this movie was set to answer aren't answered. It's just like these are the guys who created us, and then they actually say in the movie, like, who created them? It's like,
Yeah, it's like,
I guess
well,
that's what the next movie's about.
who created them? Oh god.
there's one good line in it where David Fassbender, his character, was like, imagine if you met your creator. He's talking to the guy.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
scene.
he's like, imagine if you met your creator and you asked, why did you create us? And he simply went, because I can. I was like, boom, bitch.
I don't think they put that point hard enough because when I thought about it a lot and I kind of worked out what I thought the movie was about, that kind of redeemed it a bit for me because what my idea I decided is that, you know, these space jockeys, they're just space assholes who had the power to create us, and they did. And then, you know, we got all special and they wanted to kill us or something. So, and like after all this searching for like, ooh, the guys who created us, it's like, oh well, they're just like us. And that's why David was in there playing the same angle with the humans as well. And like,
You kind of show them like
on that level, I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of works, but they don't hit any notes on that.
They're in orbit around the ship. They're just woken up from cryostasis or whatever, and I think it's then. And they're like, yeah, they're these things called engineers, and we're gonna, you know, they created us, and you know, we think they might be down there. And it's like, well, okay, so that is exactly what they are, and we already know that. And it's like, we don't even need to really go down to the planet because hey, there's these guys called engineers, and they created us.
Back home.
But cool. If that information hadn't been recalled and they went down and they did that little DNA test and then the DNA matched up and it was like, oh, okay, so these guys, we were created from these guys' DNA.
Yeah.
It's pretty well established that something like that was already going to happen, and I already sort of suspected that was going to happen, but like that could have been a much better way of doing it.
I felt like they did kind of those logic jumps a lot. Like later on when Idris Elba suddenly comes in, he's just like, this is a military base. Yeah. I'm like, where the hell are you getting that from? This captain, he's not a scientist or anything. He's just like,
sitting there.
This is a military base. They didn't live here. They all got wiped out by all this stuff. I'm like,
how did you
where
figure
are you
that out?
pulling this stuff from? You're in charge of the mission.
I wasn't bothered by that because I was just like, well, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But
I was still gonna go with the movie, so I'm like, oh, let that slide. But like afterwards, I'm like, how did he know all that?
I think we're gonna wrap this up. This is just, we are spiraling out of control here. We're about to like.
We're gonna do
tear
a
this
part
up.
2, complaints about Prometheus.
If anyone out there has, you know, can answer these questions that we have, or you know, like
Just got any plausible theories as to why you think?
plausible theories, or you know, what problems did you have with it, and maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah, leave comments, like, because I am more than willing to read over these things. I want to know what's going on. Like,
but I think what's positive about it, which is not really positive because we're talking about it in a negative way, but you know, it is creating discussion.
Without Prometheus, I'd be at home doing nothing right now. So at least we're talking.
Yeah.
Bringing friends together against Prometheus.
Yeah.